Alright, here we go for part 2 of our words for this story. Really long title. I shortened it down to just Encyclopedia Brown. We've been working on dis, in, and un prefixes. They all mean not. We finished dis and in, and now we're going to do the uns. I'm going to talk about the base word or the root word, and then we'll talk about the prefix. Now, some of our words in this list also have suffixes, which are extra endings to our words. And so we'll pay attention to that also. The main focus is to understand the prefix and how it changes the meaning of the base word, but I also want you to be paying attention if there's a suffix. So our first base word is going to be certain. Certain. I need this. C followed by an E-R-Y says S. That's why certain, we spell it with a C-E. Even though the E-R is a R-controlled vowel, that E is also doing a job of having the C say the S sound. Certain. This vowel AI is saying in, so it's a short I sound. And the prefix is un. So if I'm certain about my answer, that means I know it's right it's definitely right. But if I'm uncertain, that means I'm not sure that's right. Uncertain. The next base word is like. The silent E is making the I say its long sound. I. Un. Unlike. But our spelling word is unlikely. Unlikely. Ly is the suffix. Unlikely. When we spell it, the E still needs to be there. We do not drop the E before adding the L. So let me just do this. That way you remember, do not drop the E. Unlikely. The next base word is fair. F-A-I-R. Fair. And the prefix is un. Unfair. The next base word is aware. Aware. The E is making the A say its long sound. This is a schwa. It's in a syllable by itself. Aware. We're not doing syllable breaks. We're just paying attention to base word. And the prefix is un. Unaware. The next base word is open. Open. O is an open syllable. Pen is a closed syllable. The vowel is short. Unopen. And their spelling word actually has a suffix, ed ending. Unopened. It says the D sound. If the consonant before the suffix ed is voiced, then this is going to be the voiced D sound. N is voiced, so D is going to be voiced. If the consonant before the ed is unvoiced, then it's going to be the T, unvoiced. If the consonant before the ed is a T or a D, then the suffix is going to be pronounced ed. This is voiced. This is going to be the voiced D sound. The next base word is important. 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 I tried to look up to see whether A and T is the suffix, but it would be, the base word would be which doesn't really make sense when you think about the meaning. and adding a suffix or a prefix to it. So I believe important is the whole base word or root word. And the prefix is un. So if the information is important, that means it's a high priority. Or unimportant means it's not important. It's a low priority. The next base word is list. List. Short vowel because it's a closed syllable. Unlist means to not list something, and your spelling word is past tense. It's the ed. Remember what I said about the word ending in a T and then adding an ed? This is going to be pronounced ed. Unlisted. Ed. Unlisted. I think I've got a card with that all typed out. Yeah, here we go. Ed says t when the word ends in an unvoiced consonant. Ed says d when it ends in a vowel, and vowels are voiced, or a voiced consonant. If the word either ends in a T or a D, the ed is going to say ed. So, the base word ends in a T, so the ed is going to be pronounced ed. The next base word is solve. Solve. Remember, there's no word in the English language that ends in a V, so we have to have an E to protect the V. It's not jumping over two consonants to make that say it's long O sound. Solve. Prefix is un. So we can say the mystery was solved, or we will solve the mystery. Unsolved. And if the past tense ed, now watch what we have to do. So here's the ed. We can't have two e's together when we're adding a suffix. This e is dropped and we add the ed. This is a voiced v sound, so it's going to be the d sound. Solved. With the prefix un, not solved. And our last base word is suspect. Suspect. The prefix is un, and we have a suffix ing. ing. Unsuspecting. Alright, so all of these are un, and that means not. The words on our other list were prefixes of dis and in, and they meant not. So you see how the words change, the meanings change when we add the prefix. Also, if we add ed, that means it happened in the past. Ing means it's happening now. So when you add things to the words, it changes the meaning slightly. Or if you put in the prefix un, dis, or in, it changes it to the opposite because it means not. Alright, I hope you enjoy your story and have a great week.